Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so we're on our way to Cayuga, Toronto Motorsports Park. First time towing this year, kind of cool. I always forget that the Touareg can actually tow, and I always get worried that, you know, maybe we need an upgrade, like a truck or something, like a real truck. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the Touareg. We're here to talk about what's going on today at Toronto Motorsports Park. It's April 7th. It's the day before Good Friday. It's April 6th. Cayuga's been nice enough to let us come out to a private test day to test out the layouts for CDS and for the drifting school track. If you don't know what that is, I'll show a picture of it now, I guess, so it makes sense. So I guess the idea is, on their exotic lapping rental car days, they only use the front half of the track. So the track owner was like, hey, why don't you guys do your drift school on the back half of the track? And I was like, that's genius. And then he invited us out to do this private test day. So there's just a few of us coming out today. We're gonna test out the competition layouts that we want to run for street class, pro class. And then I want to see the drift school beginner and advanced layouts also. And we're also doing a friendly competition, or competition practice, if that's what you want to call it. Oh my god, I got a break. Oh my god. So we are doing a friendly competition layout on the advanced school days with Strand type. There's the guys. Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna unload the cars now, and then we're gonna go find the setup stuff, and we'll see you in a second. There's Courtney. Let's say hi. Oh my god.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Bryson. Got Connor and Courtney with me here today. We are the Canadian Drift Series organizers, and we're out at Toronto Motorsports Park. They've been kind enough to let us borrow the track for the day, just to set up layouts and test, do all the other stuff we need. It's really windy, so I'm getting like blasted. Connor's brought his Supra out. I got my FC out for the first time. And we brought the 240 also. So we're gonna test out the layout now, fine tune it. What do you guys think?
Pretty much season opener in 2 weeks on April 23rd. So hopefully everyone can come out and test the layout and see what they think of it as well. We're trying to run 2 different layouts, pro and street. So today we'll be able to test with Bryson's FC and my Mark III. I can kind of run street. He can kind of run the pro layout and kind of see how we feel for it. Yeah, we're gonna get a feel for the track and clipping points and zones to fill, and yeah, go from there after that, make a map.
Yeah, we got like a good range of power level cars here today. Like, I'm just over 400 horsepower to the wheels.
I'm about 300 horsepower in mine.
Nice, yeah, 240 is like super low. It's like 140 horsepower at the engine on a good day. And then we've got Gannon here also. You can't see, he's off camera. We'll show him in a bit. But he brought his Nissan 350Z out. Convertible, looks super cool.
And a good example of an average street car, which is what we're trying to do, is fill a field of guys that have an average low power car and have a class where they can run in locally. It hasn't been something to exist here in a while. So.
Yeah, I'm like really, really excited for this series. Yeah, I honestly can't wait. I wanted to see competition here in Ontario for so long, and we've just had like little tastes of it here and there, and we're finally bringing it back. So
exciting,
super exciting. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're ready to set up now. So let's hop in Courtney's car. Hello.
We're gonna race the Passat.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go.
Just kidding. It doesn't race.
So I want to get the street class set up first. So the start line's way back over there.
Okay.
And then they're gonna come around corner. Like, we're gonna run the standard reverse layout, and then
So
we're gonna come through here. And this transition's really awkward because you can't stretch to the end of this corner, so we want to keep them kind of like mid-track. So we can kind of set up cones where it's like near the outside of the track to try and keep them mid-track. So yeah, this is a good place to stop. We'll hop out, do some cones, and this is all going to be like trial and error. We got to see what works. Corner 1 and 2 are pretty self-explanatory. We're going to set up an outside zone there later. That's more like drawing chalk on the track. But everyone knows, you know, run the rumble strip on the outside, stay wide, transition across here, and this is where things get kind of hairy, because in a lower powered car, it's really hard to stretch this corner way to the outside, and I want to set up the cones in a way where it keeps everyone kind of like mid mid-track. Maybe the pro guy's a little bit wider, but yeah, keeping mid-track also sets you up nicely for the next corner, which is super important because we want the pro class guys to do that in one shot, and then the street class guys are going to have a manji, so there's going to be a 3-motion. I hate saying manji, that's like the most disgusting word ever. Don't manji, unless you have to. In this case, you have to. So we're going to start with this strange corner 3 here, and try to set up like, we're going to try to block off the outside. Yeah, it'll look something like this. So maybe let's just stand back. Basically, we're just trying to block off the outer area of this corner. We don't want people all the way on the outside. We're trying to keep it mid-track without chopping off the chase driver. And now we have to figure out the manji area. Manji, I gotta stop saying manji. We need a 3-motion area for the slower cars to run street class. That's super important. And it also needs to work with pro class layout too. So we have to have cones in place that allow for the 3-motion drift for the street class, but that also doesn't get in the way of the pro class layout at the same time. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do the 3-motion area now on this straightaway. So again, trial and error, but I'm gonna try and visualize it in my head, and hopefully it's really close on the first try. If we look back over here, I can kind of visualize the car coming out and around, and we do have a few skid marks over here as well. It kind of shows where the cars have transitioned in the past. From that corner, we want the cars to come out this way. So I want to kind of block off this side of the track and direct the cars over here. We'll do a typical like, leaning cone autocross style setup like this. There's like a dead caterpillar in there. It's kind of gross. Poor guy. Yeah, so this will probably do one of these to signify the outside clipping point, or outside zone, sorry. Just gonna come around here, touch here, and I don't know where the next touch area is. It might be like, yeah, I think I'll set up the final outside zone right before the rumble strips. And then we'll fine tune it from there. I wanted to block off this section to keep people off the inside. You know, put something like that. Keep everyone on the outside there. Just address something. General drifting competitions these days, and I hope a lot of people agree with me, but I don't think the tracks or the courses are long enough. There are like 3 corners and then they shut it down, and like the judges are expected to come up with a winner based on 3 corners. That's just really tough. So what we want to do for CDS is extend the course. We want like 5-6 corners here. So what we're going to do is use as much of Cayuga as is physically possible within reason and make it easier on the judges. We want to run the competition course, street and pro, all the way to the end of corner 5, I think that is, which I think is still reasonable. Anything after that is kind of unreasonable. But I want to see how it works with competition. I think this corner is another awkward one too. If we want a late outside zone coming out of this corner, so it sets you up nicely for the transition into the final corner. So to do that, we don't want people all the way on the outside here. So again, similar to corner 2, we want to block off the outside of the corner just a little bit, just enough to keep people on the correct trajectory without chopping off the chase driver by making the lead go too shallow. So we're going to set that up, see how it looks, and we will review in the cars very shortly because it's getting time to drive very soon. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want people to be able to finish like, oh, this is a gnarly area too. Show you this on video. This drop off here is super bad. Yeah, there's been some craziness happening over here. So I don't know if I really want to put cars out here, but that does make for a good show. So maybe we will force the cars to run the outside here. But yeah, we'll see. As long as people can set up nicely for the next corner, that's all that matters. If street class has to reinitiate, then so be it. If you're in a 100 horsepower car, we'll give you a bit of leniency. Yeah, I think the idea is to run the cars all the way out to the outside of out here pretty late. Yeah, so I think we need a few more cones. Or maybe we'll just run the track. We'll run the track and we'll figure out where to drop the cone, honestly. Because I don't even know if this is going to work. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to test out the 240 first. Gannon's already on track. He's just warming his 350Z up. Courtney and Alex went over to go manage cones and stuff. to figure out what's going on as we do the layout a few times. Well, let's go.
Connor, how are you finding this layout?
It's good. Like it. It's fun. It'd be fun both ways, I think. Like guys with high power will like the ability to stretch out the straight after turn 2 there, but low power guys will like the section that we've set up through there as well. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see. This is good. In the street class layout, it's pretty good, but it's a bit of a stretch in the pro class. Just not quite enough. Probably about 300 horsepower. So it's a little tight for that. And I'm only running 235 size tires in the rear, so. Which pretty well is going to be our limit for street class. These are Grivas, and I'm finding more than enough grip on the street class layout out here. So,
what's the tread wear on a Griva?
So 360 on a Griva. I'm finding more than enough grip on a 235, and it's a cold day as well. So to get a heat in the tires, it's been difficult, but it's actually working out really well. Excited.
This is run 4 or something now.
2 edits done to the course.
Yeah, we moved the Monty zone is sort of the difficult one for us. Trying to set up exactly where the first one is, and then still to leave enough room to like initiate back into the corner 3, the left-hander. Still want to like have the last point not too deep so that you're not flying into it with like a ton of speed, but then also not too early so you come up short constantly. So I don't know, let's see. We'll give it a try. Start line back here feels pretty good.
Copy that. I'll just start from here on this one. And then,
okay, sounds good. How's your third gear? No bueno?
Clutch kick, clutch kick.
Really,
If this thing had a tune, guys say like with full exhaust and everything, Clemens say so you might pick up like 5 horsepower, but with the tune you'll pick up like 20 wheel.
Damn, so you need a tune, you need a short tire basically. Yeah. That's probably the key.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
think so too.
That's cool, good to know. Good tuning stuff. Cool. Okay, let's move this start line back. Probably gonna go back to about, we need like a good marker. This crack looks pretty good. Come on, Gannon. Oh, you handbrake mid corner. That's no good. So he's not set up properly. Yeah, straightened. Come on, Gannon. Backwards entry. And he's okay. Yeah, that's tough, man. This course is not easy. Like I gotta work in this thing. All right, so now we have to figure out the Formula Drift style starting sequence, which is the swiggle start. I don't know how exactly this works, but where do we set the cones up and where do we set each line up?
So lead generally gets against the wall, I would say, right?
Right.
For better positioning, wouldn't you say? And it puts the follow in a better position to get on.
Right. Lead actually needs to be almost here. And then you squiggle them out, do you think?
Or you squiggle them out away from the wall and then that centers them. But it's up to you. Where do we want them to run straight down the wall, or do we want to center them?
I think I want to put them on the wall. It just looks good, right?
Yeah,
but we can try both, right? I want to try.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's try the wall first, and let's see how that feels.
He could always drift back over.
Get more cones, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The thing with me is
So we probably need a bunch.
Where's the start? That start?
So we have like a visual reference. The big ass crack after the start line
is our actual start line.
50, 60 feet on.
Yeah, if it's too much, then we can bring it in. This is Chase, yeah.
It's gonna get hectic because there's gonna be vehicles staging back. So there needs to be a runner to go line here, line here, you know, to fucking get the battles ready.
This is lead, right?
Yes.
Lead and then bring them out.
You're right.
And it needs to be pretty aggressive. Okay, we'll tune it as we go, right? Like we should just do laps of the starting box. Like we want to ride on the goddamn wall, like something goofy.
That's really tight.
Is it though?
You might have to be this line here that I'm.
Yeah, I'm with Connor on this one. Maybe
It's
for your
tight.
240, but guys in like big cars, like
Guys in
Okay, there.
Supras are so wide.
That's what you get.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. That's it. Deal with it. That's not that much of a squiggle, to be honest. Okay, well,
yeah, that's
let's try it, right?
Because you pretty much need a straight box to get them to go forward and then do it.
All right, well, being in a skinny car, I'll go first. I'll tell you what it feels like. Oh yeah, thanks, Courtney. There's Connor. Okay, this is really wide. This is not bad at all. Okay, all right, baby, let's go. That is nothing at all. That's so easy. Okay, that's way too easy. It needs to be way more difficult than that. Okay, we need to make it a little bit more intense. That didn't slow me down one bit. I know I'm driving a car with 150 horsepower, but it needs to be tighter than that. These guys are like, oh, it's too close to the wall. No. You're gonna get up on the wall and you're gonna stay on the wall. All right, I'm gonna make a modification here. I'll let Gannon go, but.
Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe at the start, right off the line is where the jog needs to be.
Yeah, so it's earlier, do you think?
Almost. I'm
okay,
almost wondering,
let's back it up a little.
Because then your straight line speed is dropped immediately.
Yeah, because like the problem is you just angle yourself right out of the gate and it's like you're good. No way. That's funny. Your AC on the whole time? Oh my god. Too. So how did you like the starting?
love it.
Yeah, okay. We tighten it up a little bit so the turn happens earlier.
Let's try it heads up. Let's try it.
As long as everyone's comfortable with it. I think this is how it's gonna be. Super tight. I love it. It's awesome. Makes you feel really cool. Getting right up against the wall and like you're basically forced to stay there for like a good 100 feet at least. So I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, let's try it in the car. Oh wow, that's really over there. This is cool, man. This feels like I'm literally in a comp. Okay. Okay, Connor. That is cool. I am very on board with that. Okay, let's turn around and go back. Man, Alex is always in the most precarious positions. Curious to see what Connor thinks of it. It's good. This is nice. This is nice, and it forces you on the wall. Yeah. And it's not even that bad. Like honestly, you could even put it closer to the wall.
And it's gonna look sick. This is where having like nice matching pylons and shit will look like visually look really nice, you know. And maybe if she is gonna order from Uline, we get like one of the clipping point ones to go like starting line.
I think the only other thing that I'm thinking of for this starting gate is that you put one.
But it's a combination of your idea and my idea. I almost need to bump that distributor force string and then, you know, so that it makes you do a weird maneuver.
For April event, we should run this. Like, this is fun, man. Why the heck don't we do this at jam events?
Have it set up. Exactly.
It's so cool.
Because it's like when you go to training days at skid pad, if there's no line to run, you don't learn.
That's what I'm saying.
This is, I agree, totally. We're going to have both comp layouts run.
Yeah, that's cool, man. We'll do a few more laps of this, then FC, and then we'll do the school course, too. Okay, let's run this thing. I want to chase you out of the start. See how this.
I will say, feels tight in this one. He's a little big.
Well, let me know. Let me know how it feels. I don't know. I got too excited. Okay. This track is just so tough. It's good though. He's just dropping me on that Manji area though, right? Like, so that like slow down zone or that squiggle, like it slowed him down enough where I have the opportunity to like stay on an initiation. Perfect. Which is exactly what needs to happen. And yeah, I just got way too excited. That was really fun. I threw the alignment out a little bit there. Steering wheel's a little bit pointed that way. It's okay. Sure feels okay.
Him, and I was like, okay, Bryson should come into the shot, and you're just coming backwards. And I'm like, ah, yes, there he is.
That's funny.
You wanna do the variants now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's set them up.
In the mud, guys. Need someone to help push me out.
Okay, so that's good for the 240. I'm gonna go get the FC now and make sure that our layout still works with the higher powered cars. That was really exciting, going through this starting layout with Connor in the chase position and just realizing that I can stick with him in a really low powered car. 300 horsepower versus 140 horsepower. The starting lane is doing its job. So the lower powered cars, no problem sticking with something that's higher powered in street class anyway. Feeling pretty good about that. It got really exciting over there. I knocked the alignment out a little bit on the 240 trying to chase Connor. Obviously that car's way faster. It just walked me on the straight through the Manji section. But yeah, the 240 can do it. 140 horsepower is no excuse to not be able to do a course like this. It's difficult. That is definitely a difficult layout for a car that slow, but it can do it. So there's definitely no excuse for any slightly faster car to not be able to do that layout. Really excited for everyone to try it because we've never had this level of structure on this course before, I believe. Running the wall feels really cool right off the start. That's probably how we're gonna run it for the April 23rd day. We're excited for everyone to try it. Like, even people who aren't super interested in competition, it's really fun doing this starting layout. Just doing the zigzag. I had tons of fun. And yeah, we're gonna get the FC now, trying the higher power car. And Ganna got stuck. They're towing him out now, but it's giving us time to kind of reset some things. We're gonna move some of these plastic barriers around to try and see if they can replace some of the cones. Really happy with how the layout is turning out so far, at least on the lower power car side. This is really cool, making me really excited. I've been like really bummed out about drifting for such a long time, as I know probably a lot of people have been. Gotta wait 6-7 months on these Canadian winters until we get nice weather again. And it's finally nice weather. It's like 10 degrees out here right now, Toronto Motorsports Park. So I just want to say thank you again, owners and staff of Toronto Motorsports Park. I can't even say it correctly, I'm so cold. That contradicts what I said earlier. Pretending it's warm out. Yeah, just want to say a huge thanks to all the staff and owners at Toronto Motorsports Park for letting us come out here today to do this. We wouldn't be able to run this event without you guys. So thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
To the FC.
Yeah, let's go to the fast car. So, we're just gonna go say bye to Gannon. Is that your 50? Yeah, Gannon's gotta take off now, so we're just gonna go say bye to him. He's packing up, so we're gonna bother him. Hey, put this mic on.
You're not getting all the wind noise?
Yeah, where's wind coming from? Like,
yeah, the layouts for CDS and Strand type drift school are awesome.
Yeah.
For a basically bolt-on 350Z, low power, not even tuned, so probably like 240 wheel horsepower car. It was able to do both. Run a little high tire pressures and not running the most ideal tires, but you could run both layouts, no problem.
Yep.
And you just got to be on it.
I'm glad you got a chance to test your car out today. So thank you for having a car ready this early in the year. I know like most people don't.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, again, these layouts are awesome. You could come in anything. It's a bolt-on 350Z, stock handbrake, welded diff brace, exhaust, and plenum spacer, and it shreds.
If we did a competition on the drift school layout that we did at the end of the day there, would you show up for that in the Z?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
hell
I want to do a cash prize and stuff like that too. Like just, you know, the same thing as CDS, except just like a little bit on a lower scale.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really fun. I'm planning to do that May 7th. Like that's the first one. So like maybe it'll be good practice also for the June 17th event here, just to get in some tandem practice with people you don't know.
I agree.
Just get a feel for the season again, because it's been a long winter and no one's driven a car in a long time. That's about it. I think that's all I want to say. But yeah, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All right. Goodbye, Mr. Gannon. For pro, we're going to be, for pro, I'm out of breath. So,
That was a f***ing terrible outro. Let's try that again. Forgot the good mics at home, so we're gonna do it on this thing. So I just want to close out this video, start off by saying April 23rd, you should come out. There's a lot of reasons to come out, and I'll start naming them off right now. So, 1, practice. This is the only time where you're gonna be able to have open practice on the layout, the actual competition layout. We are actually setting up the entire competition layout, starting zigzag, the outer zones, clipping points, touch and goes, everything. This is the only time you're gonna have the full day to practice this layout in tandem, lead run, chase run, everything. On the day of the event, I can't promise you're gonna have a lot of practice time. There's gonna be an hour-long practice in the morning. I don't know what that's gonna equate to in terms of actual runs. You might get 3 or 4 runs. So if you're someone who can learn an entirely new course layout in 3 or 4 runs, or you've just been driving Cayuga since you came out of the womb, then sure, show up on June 17th, competition round 1, and have 3 runs of practice, and you'll do just fine. Yeah, what else we gotta talk about here? Speaking of other events, Sunday, May 7th, we're doing a Strand type mini competition for our first drift school event on the drift school track. And then that leads me to another point. What do you guys think about the organizers driving at their own event? So we had a handful of people ask if the organizers are gonna drive, and we had a lot of discussion about this, and we weren't really sure. We kind of flip-flopped back and forth between this for a while. Kind of our deciding factor on this one was that Aaron Losey at Lone Star Drift drives in his own events. That's a well-oiled machine, of course, so we might not do this the first year, but let me know what you guys think. Comments below. Our idea here is to also pay for these events. We're not just trying to get in and drive for free. And you might think, hey, isn't that just taking money out of one pocket and putting it right back in the other? Well, actually that's not the case, because the majority of your entry fee actually doesn't go towards us. A massive part of your entry fee actually just pays for the track rental. The percentage that we do take of your entry fee goes right back into cash prize for the podium drivers. That's not a sentence. Goes straight back into the cash prize for all the drivers at podium. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. I'm really interested. If there's a bunch of people who want to know more about the price transparency, I kind of want to make a video about that, just so people kind of have an understanding of where all the money goes. I think that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you never really think about as someone who's driving, that I never had to think about when I was just driving. But now that I'm chest deep into this thing, I realize that there's a lot more costs that go on than I expect. Yeah, if people are interested, definitely would love to do a video about that. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's supporting CDS, whether it's media, spectators, or the drivers. Thank you all. The turnout of these events is really important for us and the growth of the series. We want to expand this to more tracks, more provinces, and have more events per year. So the only way we can do that is with all of your help. So thank you again, media, drivers, spectators. We love you all, and I hope to see you all on April 23rd. Be there or be square. See ya. Is that lame? I don't. That's it.
Hello everybody, we're wrapping up the first test day here at Cayuga. A little bit windy today.
gear, second gear, first gear, second gear, like
Just powering over, just rolling in.
smashing through.
Yes, yeah. That's why I'm saying like different colored Alma. I'd do 1150, which sounds like a lot a piece, but when you look at U-line and stuff like that.
How many did you say?
If I did 100.
100, 1150?
11, so